Hi everyone, it's Mary with Happy Pine Soap. Today I'm going to teach you how to do the One Pot Wonder technique. This is really a fun technique and I hope you enjoy. Please leave a like or subscribe. That helps grow my channel and I so appreciate it. Alright, my colors are Mango Lassie, Peach Taffy, Tickled Pink, Grape Ape, and Spacewalk. These are from Mad Micas. And then the last one is a copper from Brambleberry that I use to decorate the tops. I always start every project by picking out a color palette, and I am a bit of a color addict. So I've started this design with a recipe that is brand new. I'm testing out some oils here. You can use whatever favorite recipe that you have in mind. You want to pick one that stays fluid really nicely as you work with it. Fragrance is also important. Don't pick one that accelerates because we want this design to stay very fluid. All right, this one we are starting with pouring down the side of a very large jug. I'm going to fit all 5 colors into this large jug, and I'm pouring carefully down the sides. You could vary where you pour this, and that will result in a different look of your finished bar. For this design, I am attempting to pour down the sides as opposed to, say, the front of the jug. And you want to carefully pour down the sides so that the soap doesn't break through. You really want it pushing away the prior layer of color. The next is the Tickled Pink. I've added all of my micas to a little bit of a carrier oil. In this case, I think I use sweet almond oil, 1 tablespoon of sweet almond oil mixed with 1 teaspoon of the mica color. And then I add those to the batter and stir very well with my fragrance. But I don't use the stick blender because, again, you don't want the stick blender blending your micas and your fragrance because that could result in the batter accelerating too quickly. So once I get the batter to trace, I just gently stir in by hand the colors and the fragrances. Once you get all of your colors into the big pouring jug, you will then start gently having them pour into your mold. In this case, I have tilted the mold with my other hand, and I am very gently pouring down the side of the mold in this sweeping motion that you see here. This is a little sped up. The sweeping motion was about probably 3 to 4 seconds across the edges of my slab mold here, or sorry, my loaf mold. This is a 5-pound loaf mold here that I am using. And as the batter starts to fill up towards the top, I reduce the angle of the mold so that it doesn't flow over. And eventually you can just lay it down completely as you top off the rest of your batter. If you notice, I'm only pouring very close to the surface of the mold because I don't want the colors from the jug that I'm pouring to break through the soap layers in the mold. So the closer you are to the surface of the layers that are in the mold, when you're pouring, the less likely that you're going to have that color bleeding through and ruining the layers. Now I'm adding some of the copper mica that I also have added to the sweet almond oil, and I'm adding it to the top of the soap. I want this to look really pretty on the top. So here I am attempting to get some lines down. It was a little trickier than I initially thought it would be. And I also am doing a figure 8 swirl as well so that it looks really extra fancy when it's all cured. I went ahead and oven processed this. So I warmed my oven to 170 degrees, then turned it off, put my loaf in there with the light on in the oven, and I left it there for about 4 hours and then took it out. And this soap was ready to cut in about 7 hours. This is everybody's favorite part. It's soap cutting time. When I was cutting this, I had no idea what these unique layers would look like. And I was just unbelievably blown away by how gorgeous this design was. It reminded me of a sky during a thunderstorm. So I'm going to name this design Sky Fury because it really looks like a beautiful bolt of lightning in an otherworldly, mythical type of sky, and I absolutely love it. One thing I would do different next time is soap at a higher temperature. I noticed I was getting steric spots, especially in the darker parts of the soap. Steric spots are simply cosmetic. They're not harmful at all. They're from the fatty acids in the soap essentially not being warmed up enough. And so they solidify before the soap fully saponifies. And those are those little white specks basically that you can get in your soaps from the palmitic and steric acids not being at a high enough melting point. The hard part with soap making is a balance between temperature and acceleration. So I was trying to keep the batter fluid and the temperatures lower, but unfortunately steric spots are the result of the lower soaping temperature. So I'll try to soap at a higher temperature next time and see if that makes a difference hopefully without accelerating the batter too much, because that would really ruin this special design too if the batter became too thick. Thank you so much for watching. I hope my video was helpful for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all in my next video. I appreciate all of your support. Feel free to drop me any questions below. Your likes and subscribing are so appreciated as well. Take care, everybody.